Good morning. Oh, yeah, she likes the early morning. You're right. Well, I needed to do some. Oh, crap. I got to mute. Hold on. Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Morning, my criminal mind, finding hope. It might just be us chickens. I don't know. So here's the thing. Did you guys see my description? This YouTube is melting down. I mean, that's quite obvious. I'm really not sure what to even say. I'm going to drop the link too. So if anybody wants to come up and talk about this, but can we just let's talk about one issue at a time. Put it this way. At this point, I'm just gossiping. Okay. Could care less about any of these people. I don't know them. They're not my friends. I just am observing from the outside, but sometimes you just want to talk about it. And I feel like we need to just talk about it because it's burning to the ground. I have to say, I find it fascinating what can happen in 60 minutes in YouTube world. An hour. Things that are happening in a 1 hour period are some things that don't happen in other people's lifetime. It is really, really wild. Good morning, Kaiser Sosa. Am I saying it right? Kaiser Sosa. I know how to say it. I just don't know if I'm saying it right. So I'm just really verstutzt. I mean, it's just mind blowing. And I mean, you have people that 48 hours ago were really good friends talk about, I mean, these people were telling each other they love each other. They're, besties. And then 24 hours later are destroying each other publicly on the internet. It's just mind blowing. But what caught my eye this morning, and I'm going to take advantage of this time because I'm home alone. And you all know that that's the best time for me because otherwise we got lots of background noise. Fight for a Family, okay? And if you don't know what Fight for a Family is, I'm going to elaborate on that. Has taken Natasha Cooper on as a client. Okay? Fight for a Family has taken Natasha Cooper on as a client. Oh, guys, I want to show you something. I saw this and I had to just, I wanted to show you guys this because look, I figured out how to do an overlay. So I just thought this was the cutest thing. Oh, we'll leave it up there for a minute. Okay, so anyway, Fight for a Family is a nonprofit organization. Some of you may be familiar with this because if you ever watched Critical K, okay, and I remember being in my kitchen and Critical K had gone live, and this was before she lost her channel and before the chaos. And she was recovering Watts, right? Like there was Watts stuff coming on. And, she had this woman that also had teamed up with Jays for Justice on her panel. And the woman's name was Lana Oriani. And I'm not doxing because she goes by her name and that was her thing. And she's a very, very public person. She came up to talk about Fight for a Family, this nonprofit that her and the Watts she created it. The Watts are on the board, which I'm also pretty sure is because her board is only made up of the Watts, mom and dad, Chris's mom and dad, and her, that's pretty much not allowed because I don't think the majority of your board can be made up of family members, but whatever. That's not what we're here about. Okay, we're here about this organization that she created, Fight for a Family, right? So my understanding, and now she is very vague about what this organization is. Like she wants you to join this. It's like hidden behind a paywall, right? She wants you to sign up and, do a monthly subscription to get access to what Fight for a Family is doing. Originally, it was to get Chris Watts out, right? That's a whole nother topic we could talk about another day, but she wanted him to have that 35C and blah, 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 and she was super duper involved. Okay, but let's forget the Watts for a second. My understanding, now somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, that her entire reason is to help wrongly convicted people and their families get justice. Yeah, she took herself on as a client too, correct. And we're going to come back to that as well, because I probably shouldn't be talking about this because but then again, like, it's just the people that I know that are here. I mean, I don't feel like it's like creating any sort of chaos, and I'm commentating. Okay. I'm a commentator now. That's my new thing. I'm a commentator. Is that a word? So I'm commenting. Fight for a family. Wrongly convicted people and their families get justice because of how terrible the Watts family was treated. And Chris, really didn't do it. He was defending his kid's honor and whatever her claim is. And that's just insane, right? But now, last night, I was asleep when this happened. She has taken on Natasha Cooper. So what I need somebody to explain to me is how Coops is wrongly convicted. Okay, what is her crime? What has she been wrongly convicted of? And how is her family affected? And how are they being treated? Now, she might be a YouTube criminal in some people's eyes, and I'm not going to say I have some strong opinions about it. I'm certainly going to say I don't support her. She's called me out a million times on her lives, saying I'm a troublemaker and such. But the thing is, she has not, that's what I mean. She has not been falsely convicted of anything. She's not in prison, but she's taking her on. Now, here's where it gets a little weird. If anybody has been following, hey, Pam, happy Saturday, happy Easter, Passover, whatever you celebrate. Now, here's the thing. Her channels are gone. Not NC's channels are gone, right? She was live doing a makeup sale on her daughter's channel yesterday. Listen, I have very strong opinions about Natasha Cooper, but I will stand by, and I'm pretty sure I've said this. Hey, Queen, thank you for coming. I will say this. I have never supported somebody just having their entire, like, I don't know. I don't believe in like channels being taken down unless you're doing something really atrocious, right? I mean, it's easy enough to just not support her. It has definitely gone too far in so many directions. The NC supporters and the opposition and whatever, it has gone too far. People are really hurting each other. Like I said, what can happen in an hour on these YouTube streets is crazy. Yeah, I know, Queen. So, hey, Trashy. Oh, it's so good to see you. But I just, the thing that I want to talk about this morning is Lana Oriani taking her on as a client. Now, if you guys remember, one of the big hot topics that really fired people up about Natasha Cooper, she threatened to revenge porn, and I'll talk about all that, which, and again, we can do a panel, but, and collected super chats while doing that threat. So like, there's a lot of things. She broke terms of service. I believe that I'll come back to the Lana thing. Let me just get this off my chest, because I don't think I've ever talked about this on a panel. Selling subscription brand makeup, right? So if I have BoxyCharm, Ipsy, or FabFitFun, the items that come in those boxes are not intended for resale. That is very, very, very well known. That is very clear in your when you're signing up for those services. Whatever. Do people do it? Sure. Do people sell them at the garage sales? Sure. But when you're doing these massive sales using YouTube as your selling spot, your storefront, basically, and YouTube isn't getting their 40% or 30%, whatever their cut is. Good morning, Nuttermilk. That's going to be a big problem, because YouTube, I mean, listen, would I do it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any of those subscription boxes anymore. Would I sell whatever I don't use? Maybe. I don't know. Do people do it all the time? Probably. But whatever. YouTube's not getting their cut. You're not paying taxes. You're running a storefront. Big, huge terms of service violation. I can go on and on about that because I did some research. Then she went on a stream and threatened Lycan, whether you like them or not. I'm not even going to get in that rabbit hole, with revenge porn, but then was collecting super chats during that time. Now, she said it was my cult dues. I was telling the cult members to pay their dues. But then in between that, she'd be like, you want to see his peen? You want to see this? Like, it was really gross, right? And then, she shared it with the people up on panel. So it was really gross. Okay, so all of those things, in my opinion, those things are TOS violations. But now she's got 2 channels down. Her true crime channel's still up. She's got about 30,000 subs on that. She's got memberships on that. So she's still raking in some income. If anybody's watching the old videos, not that AdSense is a lot of money. We know that. But she does have those memberships, which I think start at $5,000. I think she said either $3.99 or $4.99, but it doesn't matter. she does have some sort of income coming in from YouTube. Okay, let's put all this aside now. Okay, and I know I'm talking fast, but we're now going to look at Lana Oriani's fight for a family, not only taking herself on as a client, when it's her and the Watts, supposedly, that's the entire board, but taking NC on. NC raised $20,000, which is a lot of money in some people's eyes. Maybe it's not a lot of money in others. I don't know. I don't care. People donated her money. Do whatever you want with your money. I am not here to say that she can't raise money. But when you raise money or collect money or do, PayPal pools and all that stuff under false pretense, that's pretty slimy, shady, and gross. But whatever. People want to throw money at her, fine. But she raised $20,000 in a PayPal pool to pay for attorneys to combat YouTube shit. Okay. Good morning, Unc. So the fact that she has $20,000 sitting, because she showed that she hasn't used that money yet. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how long ago it was, but she did show that. Now you have $20,000 for attorneys. If you need to fight YouTube to get your channels back, if you think you're going to fight the Google to get your YouTube channels back, which by the way, 2 nights ago, she said her memberships were reactivated on the Recline channels. So she said herself, I think they're close to coming back. So that aside, but that you need to get to hire, or Lana has to take you on as a client. What the hell does Lana even do? Okay. Can we talk about this, please? Did anybody watch the trial or the hearing, whatever you want to call it, with her and Unmasked, where she represented herself on a PPO, okay, a permanent protection order, because she's such a crazy nutter that another YouTuber had to get a PPO on her? And the way she spoke in court and the way she handled the situation is freaking insane, okay? Now, all I'm saying is, I don't know if that's who I'd want who I would want representing me in any sort of legal kerfuffle, right? Because she is crazy. She's crazy. Like, she has done some crazy, horrible stuff. I mean, she has tormented people on YouTube too. I mean, I am seeing a whole new world. Like, I thought things were messy on this side, in our little, and I will call our ish circle of people that we've seen, like, we'll just call it the Michael Long Krama group. I thought that was bad, which it was. It was bad. Horrible, terrible things were done to people and were done to one another, okay? But this is such at a bigger scale, because you're talking about channels that are all well over 1,000 subs, right? All of them. They're all got this really loyal following, a lot of them, like a cult following. Hey, Mo. Things are just getting really, really nasty. So yeah, the Michael Long Krama, that's what we're going to call it. True crime and drama, Michael Long Krama. That's this community. That's what we are. So love it or leave it. What can I tell you? So it seems like people are like kind of spreading out now, right? So I've definitely been following what's been going on with NC. I watch them all. I ain't gonna lie. I listen to them while I'm cleaning up. I listen to them. I put my earbuds in, and while I'm doing like a minute, like, writing type work, I listen in the background. I like the background noise. I listen. I, giggle. I, commentate to myself or to my friends and say, what the heck is happening here? These people are gone mad. But when I woke up and saw that Lana Fight for a Family, forget about Lana herself, Fight for a Family is taking Natasha Cooper on as a client, I was like, what is this? It's just so freaking bizarre. It's so bizarre. Can somebody make it make sense? All right, let me take this overlay down. Hold on. I just thought that was really cute. And I figured out how to do overlays now, so I wanted to put it up just so that you guys could see it. So anyway, I just am really, really verstutzt, right? Because that was some crazy nonsense to wake up to. I want to just make sure I said hi to everybody that's here. Queen, Nut Milk, Criminal Mind, Finding Hope, Kaiser Sosa, Unk. Oops. How do let me try something. Do I do it from StreamYard? Do I click? How do I pin a comment? Let me try. I forget. I think I have to tap on Stream. Oh, yeah. I think I do it this way. Yep. Okay. Does she take donations for the nonprofit? No, I don't think so. I'm not sure how Lana funds that nonprofit. She may. I can't get through a stream with Lana because there's too much. First of all, I think I know too much, or maybe I'm biased from listening to other people that talk about her. But I've listened to her myself. If anybody has listened to this woman do a live stream, whether it's on the Aliquippa stuff or Chris Watts or her own personal stuff, or she's doing her whiteboard and just dragging people and creating all these crazy conspiracies, she's one of those people that just rambles and rambles and rambles and talks in circles. You guys know what word salad is. She is word salad. Thank you, Queen. I think I figured it out. Thank you so much. Yeah, the Summer Well stuff. See, I'm trying not to get in any of those true crime things. When me and Hope went live yesterday to talk about Jessica Chambers, I think what we find ourselves doing, like just when me and Hope talk about it, is we like cases that not are open and shut, because some of them are still ongoing. There still has no justice for like Jessica, things like that. But the stuff that's too crazy on YouTube, it's too consuming for me. That's just my opinion. But so I didn't get into, I got into Summer Wells a little bit. I've watched plenty of lives about it. I've read about it. I know some of the info, but it's just not something that, I don't know, I just don't feel like as drawn to it is the best way I can say it. So I'm drinking my coffee simultaneously. You guys know I'm a big sipper. So you hear me take my sips. Okay. So let's go back to Lana. So if anybody wants to get a really good understanding of who Fight for a Family is, Lala, the drunken troll, Aunt Lala, I'm pretty sure it's her channel, has this was very telling to me, has the transcripts, like the video, or not the video, the audio transcripts from the hearing for the PPO with Unmasked. Okay. You really get a good insight into who this person is. Okay. Now, whatever her relationship, sorry guys about the background noise, I'm filling up the Keurig water. Whatever her relationship is with the Watts, I could care less. She thinks Chris is innocent. By all means, go fight for him. I could care less because that's her personal opinion. She doesn't, for whatever reason, she thinks he was unjustly handled, like that the justice system didn't handle him and his case correctly. By all means, advocate, do whatever, if that's what you believe in. But taking herself on as a client, okay, because Unmasked got a PPO, all right? She wasn't falsely convicted of something. She wasn't falsely imprisoned. Somebody that she was legitimately stalking, and I'm sorry, that's what it was, got a protective order against her. Let me ask you guys a question in chat. What is your opinion if somebody is going for a protective order? Okay. Oh, and don't get me started on the sex panel. Hey, Flower. Okay. If somebody is going for a protective order against you, okay, just put yourself in this position, because I've been wanting to talk about this too for a while, but like talk about it with a group of people to get like lots of feedback and opinions. If somebody said, Audie, I'm getting a protective order against you. Leave me alone. You're not leaving me alone. And it goes so far that it's a permanent lifetime protective order. If I went and fought that protective order, I would think that would make me look even more crazy. Like, I don't want this protective order. I want to have access to you. That's how I see it. Am I missing something here? Is that how you guys all see it? Like, if somebody's fighting the TRO or the PPO, then it kind of shows that you don't want to be cut off from that person, that you still want access to that person, right? So anyway, I want to get your guys' opinion. I should probably drop the link down. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm seeing chat. I'm bouncing between YouTube and StreamYard. Okay. Okay, thank you. So it's nuts, right? Like, if it was false, you would fight it? I guess, but I don't know. I wouldn't. If somebody really wanted me away from them that much, I'd be like, that's fine. I'll stay away from you. Get a PPO. Like, but I guess there's a difference between it being blatantly false and somebody just trying to torment you. But in this case, like, there is so much evidence that she did. Like, she was tormenting this girl. The court gave her a PPO, okay? They've never even met in person, okay? So Oriani and Unmasked, or, Truth and Transparency and Unmasked, never even met in person, and there was enough evidence to support a PPO. She had people go to this woman's house the night before the hearing and subpoena or serve her child and her husband, which was quashed and the judge wasn't going to accept it anyway. But the point is, it was just to torment her. Like, this just, ugh. Okay, so that's one example. I don't know. That's how I see it, but I guess we could all feel differently about that. If you would fight it, I would just be like, okay, obviously I've caused this person some sort of fear or chaos in their lives. I'm going to stay away from them. They want to get a TRO or a PPO, by all means. This is not somebody I have to engage with. So that's just how I see it. Okay, so if it starts to affect when you, oh wait, I missed something. Hold on. Oh God, no, Mo, I'm not speaking on that. So I don't want to be a target. I'm legitimately afraid of that woman. You also have to turn over firearms, etc. Sometimes it's worth the fight. Okay, fine. Maybe I didn't understand that part of it. I don't know. I guess if that's the case, but I'm not sure that Lana. I mean, whatever. I shouldn't assume. Maybe you're right. Maybe, but in this case, just on the little bit that I've seen on YouTube, she has definitely made this woman's life a living hell. Okay. So here we are, the same person who has this nonprofit organization made up of her and the Watts is not only representing herself in the appeal of this PPO, which will be super interesting to watch. I hope it's also FOIA'd. And we're watching, and she's also now representing Natasha Cooper, because Natasha's YouTube channels were taken down, not because Natasha was wrongly convicted or imprisoned or whatever. I will say, just based on what Mo had mentioned, I will say this, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about that. If you are bored and you want to watch some things crazy, okay, just go check that channel out and any channels that they're warring, right? Any warring channels regarding that particular creator. That's what I'll say about that. Pam, so, I mean, these are people that have hated each other. Like, hate is a strong word. Don't forget, NC did the sex panel against Lana. She went live to 1,000 people, okay, because she was getting anywhere from maybe 500 to 1,000 people in her lives. Paraded a bunch of women up saying that Lana sexually harassed them and revenge porn them and all this other stuff. Like, they had a very, very contentious relationship. It is insane. NC was on the warpath with Lana, saying that she called her a predator. She called her a sexual predator. This is why this is so bizarre. She debunked Lana's nonprofit. Not debunked it. What am I saying? She talked down about it. She said it wasn't legit. She spoke out against it. Now she's a client? Like, YouTube is so strange, y'all. YouTube is so strange. Like, people in your real life, do you recall ever a time where on a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you hated somebody? Tuesday, you're fine. No, nothing happened. But then by Wednesday, you were BFF with these people. Like, in real life, okay? It happens on YouTube every day. We're watching it. It's bizarre. It's the friendships ending I get. People doing things that you don't agree with on a platform. People being cruel. People going too far. I get all that. And you saying, you know what? I'm cutting you off. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to align with you. I don't want to be seen with you because you do things that are very hurtful and it doesn't represent me and what I believe in. So then you cut those people off. That I get. But when you've had like a smear campaign against somebody, and I'm not talking about, I mean, maybe it is weeks in this sense, but I just don't understand. And then aligning with them so much that you end up working together. Exactly, finding hope. This is where I was going with this. if you saw my description, I was like, what unholy alliance is this on Easter weekend? And C spoke very openly about hiring attorneys, raising the $20,000 to get attorneys on retainer. If I'm correct, if I'm incorrect, I'm sure somebody will correct me. But I don't think any. And I'm not saying that people always have to prove what they do. I'm not a really big believer in that. Like, I don't believe anybody should have to go on the internet and like prove their illnesses or show medical records or prove whatever. And listen, I'm also a believer. If you're giving me money, okay, if I was throw my Cash App and Venmo and PayPal across the screen, and you guys donated to me or tipped me or whatever the word is called, gave me your money because you just like me, I don't think that anybody should question you on that. I don't. I am a believer in being able to make money on this platform, but it has to be done the right way. And actually, from what I've learned, I think, using a ticker, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't do this, I'm just saying with PayPals and Cash Apps and all that is actually against TOS, because there's a lot of stuff that people do every single day that are against TOS that are not so egregious, right? And then there's other things that are super egregious, like revenge porn and doxing and bullying and being super hurtful, like cruel, mean to people. Because remember, YouTube wants their cut. Okay, so let me get this link down here. Just bear with me, guys, because I have to try to figure out to post the link again, okay? Hi, bartender. Who else just came in? Did I miss anybody? I saw a bartender. I saw somebody else come in. Oh, Dutchie. Hello. Okay. Yeah, of course. And here's the strange thing about NC. And I guess quality content it's like beauty lies within the eye of the beholder, right? So quality content is very subjective, right? So what I may think is quality, you don't. Okay, fine. But if I got up here, you guys, if I came on here this morning and let's say I hashtag like pain, horror, dying, I don't know, sorrow, and then came on here crying and said to you guys, there's just so much shit going on in my life right now. I can't handle it, and I can't pay my bills, and I'm struggling. And that was all a lie, right? That would be pretty shitty, right? To me, that is collecting money under false pretenses. I don't know. I think that's shitty. And that is something that I have a problem with. So I think NC, not that she does those exact things, but she collects money under false pretenses. And she has this really weird thing with her subs where she has them convinced if they give her money, it's getting back at the haters. Okay. This is a very strange phenomenon on YouTube. Like when she creates these PayPal pools and says like, we're going to really stick it to them. We're going to stick it to the opposition. We're going to name this PayPal pool fuck you bitches, right? And then everybody's like, yeah, let's stick it to them. And they start giving all their money to NC. The reality is it may be annoying, it's kind of painful to watch because she's getting a lot of money for doing nothing, but it's not hurting anybody but the subscribers that are giving her the money. Queen, I'm not sure call what out without asking for which particular thing. Medical stuff, I think there's a fine line there. All the other stuff, yes, I think we need proof for certain things. I mean, there's proof like anything that I've just spoken about has already been covered by people and it's old and it's been proven or disproven. So I'm just talking about relationships. But yes, I think when we're talking about things that happen on YouTube, okay, if I went and did something. Let me think of a scenario here. Oh, wait, let me put up my overlay for the people that haven't seen it. Hold on. Because you guys will think this is cute. Okay, ready? Wait till you see it. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, come on. Who doesn't love that little baby Yoda? I don't even really love Star Wars. My son loves it. I just think this is the cutest thing ever. I'll leave it up there for a minute. So yes, I think we need proof. I need proof if somebody said something about somebody or did something directly to somebody or doxed somebody. I don't need proof if somebody comes on and says, let's say, for example, I'm taking a break. I got a really serious diagnosis. Okay. As long as they're not using, yes. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting like having ADD moment. Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm going to drop the link. I just keep getting distracted. Hold on. Let me copy and paste. Hold on. Copy. Okay, hold on. I gotta do it in, make sure I did it the right way. Nope, see, it didn't work this time. Hold on. I will do it. Just bear with me. But as far as like proof of like, I think proof of things that happen on YouTube is acceptable, asking for that. Proof that somebody doxed somebody in a chat or something. Proof about, you know, I don't know, shit talking or whatever, if that's that important to you. But when it comes to medical stuff and everything, I mean, I don't think anybody should have to prove that. Okay, I'm going to go to StreamYard. I'm going to pin. I dropped it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to pin it. Oh, no, I didn't pin it. I just highlighted it. I suck. I almost put myself in timeout. Hold on. I'm getting frustrated. Pin message. Okay. So really what got me worked up this morning. Oh, Joe's back with CJ. I'm going upstairs. I'm going to hide. They did that, girl. How did they grocery shop so quick the day before Easter? What the hell? I'm going to go upstairs. They won't know where I am. If you're trying to come up on panel, wait a second. I got to get relocated, and I'm going to, I'm in YouTube right now, so I got to go back in the stream here. So hold on. I'm going to turn my heat on. It's too warm in here. I only had the heat on 65, but it feels very toasty because it's been really warm out. It just cooled down last night a lot. All right. So I think, you know, my main thing is that we need to just have, what could Lana Oriani and Fight for a Family possibly do for Natasha Cooper? That's where I'm at. Okay. Like, what is she representing? What is she defending? All right, hold on. Oh, there's somebody else in my yard. I don't know who that is. I'm staying out of that. All right, let me come back to StreamYard. Okay. Nope, nobody's up here. Okay, sorry, I wasn't looking at chat, so if I missed a bunch of stuff, I was walking upstairs. People that scam using medical reasons, of course there is. I mean, that happens everywhere. That happens with GoFundMes. That happens with PayPal pools. That happens on Facebook. That happens on TikTok. That happens everywhere. So I don't know. I just don't like asking people to show proof. I mean, I guess if you're doing like some sort of massive fundraiser, you should. But like if somebody's just like taking a break or they just want to be left alone, I mean, when it comes to money, though, you're right. Oh, thank you, Queen. That's so sweet. So all right. Let me get rid of this overlay. I just wanted to show you guys because it was so cute. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that NC and Lana are going to defeat YouTube? That's like the best way I can explain it. Did you guys get the link? Yes, bartender. Unrealistic expectations of people on the internet. Correct. These, and you know what, guys? I think it's far and few between. No, what didn't I do? Hey, cotton candy boobs. I think it's far and few between that real friendships, like real friendships and like trust and relationships can form on a platform like this. There is too much shady biz going on. There is so much talking behind people's backs and aligning and I don't know. It's just really wild. Look at you guys all loving on each other in the chat. I love it. I'm trying to go to the top. I don't know. I'm like a noob. I'm like a newbie noob. Trying to see if the StreamYard link is pinned. Is it not? It's highlighted, but it's not pinned. Okay, well, if anybody wants to come up, come on up. But I want to know what your opinion is on, if you guys want to know, I could try to find, and we could look at like a little bit about Lana's nonprofit. but like she's tormented people. If anybody knows, there's a particular person that's around on YouTube. She's in like a lot of chats. She has a channel. She does it like some little videos. She goes live a lot. Shift Happens is her name, or his name, or their name. I don't want to say like whatever. I don't want to misgender. So their name is Shift Happens. And she's been tormented by Lana. Like my heart breaks for her. She's not perfect either, but she's definitely been hurt by Lana. And Lana accused her of being somebody that she's not, like on a very public platform, then accused this person of being involved in a murder that she was like, quote unquote, investigating. Because don't forget, Lana says she's like the best PI there is, that she may not be a lawyer and she may not be a cop, but she's one hell of a PI. Like those were her exact words. Oh, Cotton, I'm so glad that you know that you've seen it too, because it's really unsettling. Hi, Hope. I can't hear you if you're talking. Can anybody else hear her? I can't hear you, and you're not muted. You have to go to that let me see if I have to turn your volume up. Edit mic settings. I'll turn you up a little bit. Nope, can't hear you.
Still can't hear me?
Nope, now I can. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
Anybody else hear her? I know, Mo, I know. It's so funny. We're just like two little noobs up here trying to figure it out.
Leave me alone, Mo. I'm trying.
Lotta did MJ really bad. She's hurt a lot of people. And you guys, not hurt people like was mean to them on the internet. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. Like really hurt people. Like divulged and shared things that were just so inappropriate. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you trust somebody to run like your legal campaign? Like, it's freaking crazy to me. Like, it's just, and it's not like hearsay, right? There's like, I don't care. Like, to me, this is facts because she's gotten up and said it and done it herself. She was saying stuff about Luda. And if anybody knows that backstory, that's a whole crazy thing. Like, she was making like all these little comments in a chat about it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Haven't you tormented these people enough?
Well, she actually went through like her Facebook Messenger on a live, showing every message with several people. And some of it was sexual.
Yes. Well, that's what she would do, apparently. That was like her thing. She's very open about her sexuality. She is very supposedly, I don't know, I didn't engage in private conversations with her ever, but she's very flirty. I mean, this is what these women are saying. And this is kind of what the sex panel that Natasha did was about. And they're very, a lot of like, okay, the best word I can use for it, and if I'm using the wrong word, somebody correct me, it's like sexting, right? Like people were sending, they were sending each other videos and stuff. Like it's very, very private, personal stuff. She exposed all that. She shared that on the internet. I am so sick of going on channels. I mean, but then again, let me put up my little thing because it kind of is sort of what I'm talking about right now. Let me unpin that comment first. I don't know how to unpin it. Hide current comment. I think that will hide Unk's comment if I do that. I don't know how to undo it. Can I click on it here? Anyway, so let me just move my little mouse. Wait a second, guys. People sharing notifications. Yes, Lana has done horrible, horrible things on the internet. Here it is. Hide. Okay. So, she's done. But where I was going with the thought I just had was that, like, I feel like every channel I've popped into to watch, and yes, like I said, I'm kind of watching. I'm watching, and I'm observing, and I'm taking it all in. Obviously, I'm here right now talking about it, but it's sharing screenshots. That's all I have seen the last 48 hours is people sharing private messages, emails, conversations, divulging, when I say intimate moments, like conversations that have nothing to do with anything. Like what was done, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. There was a creator and a sub, and the engagement that went on with them for a couple days, and her blasting all these private emails from this particular sub on the internet was freaking cruel. It's cruel and it's mean.
Yeah, it's
There's
terrible.
there's a way to banter, I believe. I believe this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking through rose-colored glasses. I believe that there's a way to banter. If you want to be part of the drama community and the tea community and the gossip community, there's a way to do it and keep it to what's happening on YouTube. Okay. There's a way to
Yes.
do it if you're covering even in Krama. There's a way to do it without getting so low and dirty.
Well, and I'll say I don't like all the stuff that BX Beast Boy does, but he is one that he critiques what you're doing on YouTube. He does not talk about your personal life. He normally doesn't go for looks unless, well, he started to recently, but he doesn't expose private messages. He doesn't talk about your family. He doesn't talk about your health. Like, he
Who's
focuses
this?
on critiquing your YouTube.
I missed it because I was yelling at Joe. Who's this?
BX Beast Boy.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. He does it in a way. You're right. He does it in a way. I'm not a fan of everything he does, but he absolutely does it the right way. So I'm not a
Yes.
fan of his take. That's what I should say. I'm not a fan of his take. Like, I don't always agree with his opinions, and that's how it should be, right? When we're talking about commentary, it should be people with opposite opinions sharing ideas, and so we're not living in echo chambers. But he does it the right way. You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head because he doesn't go look up people's family. Like, he doesn't go and do all that nasty shit.
And I've never seen him show private messages, and
You know what?
doesn't talk about kids at all. Yep. He won't.
Yep. And he sets very healthy boundaries with the subs. I have seen him do this numerous times. Like, his channels they're big, right? He has like a lot of subscribers. He doesn't get like in these intimate relationships and friendships with the subs, which I think when you start to have channels where you're talking about 10,000 and up, or even hold on one second, guys. You talk over.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things that he's talked about that I don't agree with, but I respect that he keeps it to YouTube, because that's the problem with all this, is people cannot just focus on what people are doing on YouTube. It has to go a step farther and farther and farther. And like, this community, the NC community, is really pushing the limits, and I don't know where it's going to end, because it's gone way too far. Excuse me, already. And this whole Lana stuff, I don't know how. Like, if you listen to her in the courtroom, she was talking about things that didn't pertain to the case. She was all over the place. The judge got really frustrated with her. So why in the world NC thinks that bringing her into this is a good idea, I have no idea. Other than money reasons is the only thing I can think of. But I don't know how she funds her nonprofit if she's taking in donations. But it does go back to, if NC already has paid the retainer on these attorneys, as she claims, why is there a need for Lana? It really makes no sense to me. Oh, Dutch, yeah, that's like a normal conversation for her. She is very flirty and very, like, there was one day she was actually streaming from a strip club, which I'm pretty sure is illegal. Like, she was hiding her phone down and doing a live while she was at the strip club. She's real classy.
I'm here. Just keep going. CJ's asleep, so I just want to help get her out of the car. So just keep going. But I want to talk about that streaming from the strip club. That's super illegal.
Yeah. She, and if you've ever watched her streams, I mean, a lot of times she's drinking on her streams, which that's fine. But I mean, she is drinking and she is saying inappropriate things and she can't get a point across because she's so random. And she's done some really, really bad things to people. I just don't I don't understand getting somebody that has stalked another YouTuber to take part in fighting for your channels. I guess that's the goal. I don't even know what their goal is. And in my honest opinion, I think the makeup sales is the problem. And I think she knows that. She talked about going to Facebook to do her makeup sales. And then last night she did one on her daughter's channel and they deleted it right after they finished it. But I don't think she'll ever admit that that's the reason, because it gets her so much more sympathy if she says her haters took her down, and that fuels that fire to compete with her haters and get more money. Because people aren't going to feel as sorry for her if they think it's something she intentionally did against terms of service. But if she goes around saying that it's so unfair, they false reported, they mass reported, then her followers are going to feel bad for her and give her money. So I don't think she'll ever admit the real reason why she lost those channels. And she only did the makeup sales on those 2 channels. She did not do she didn't do those on the True Crime channel, and she did lose the True Crime channel. So to me, that just makes the most sense. And then I'm telling you, the last 48 hours has been like, that community is like burning to the ground. I have never seen, even with what we've experienced, I have never seen so much flip-flopping and anger and retaliation. I know in our community there's like a select few that will go to that level, but over there it's like everybody. There's no, gosh, y'all, if that traffic's really loud, let me know.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys.
I'm sitting outside, so I hope it's not super loud.
No. It sounds good. It is so beautiful here today. It's like not hot like it was, but it's like perfect spring weather. But I heard you saying about like the last 48 hours and what's been happening on YouTube and like what we've been bearing witness to. And I will say, and now some of y'all may feel different, but I feel like most of us have been around each other the last year or so, right? So it is sort of as insane and crazy and wild that it is. I'm just so glad it's none of us. I know you're all thinking it. I know you're all thinking it. I'm just so glad that it's not affecting anybody I know personally, but I also at the same time know it is affecting somebody. Like people are being hurt and people's friends are being hurt and people are feeling because it's their friends, they have to get involved. They have to wait night. They have to stand up for their friends. But it's wild. Oh, the
don't you think,
screaming, the screaming. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Hope.
Oh, yeah. That's bad. Don't you feel like, in our community, there's a select few that are going to take things too far, and we know that. But in their community, it's like everybody.
Yeah. It is. You don't know what you're going to get. Yeah. You don't know. They're all capable. In my opinion, everybody that's over there is very capable. Like there's nobody I would put it past. Almost nobody. There's maybe one or two that I've been observing and watching that maybe know where to draw the line, or they just choose to not be involved. Like they don't want to go that far because it's been done to them, or if they've done it in the past and got caught and it was, upsetting, whatever. But I want to bring attention to what Mo just said. Some of you all may have seen this, some of you may not. The wailing, I think screaming is not the right, we need a better adjective, a better verb, because it was wailing, a grown woman, 50-year-old woman, wailing into her microphone or phone or computer while streaming another creator and crying and melting down. I don't know what else to call it. all because of something really, really silly, right? But it was like, I for a moment thought this has to be scripted. Like, who would, first of all, be this upset over something that's so silly? And second of all, is this how you behave, like, in your home if, like, you don't get your way, or, like, your friends hurt, like, I don't know, your sister calls you and tells you something you didn't like, or your husband, says no to something, like, whatever. That was obscene. It was obscene.
It's like tantrums.
Tantrums, thank you. That is the perfect word for it. It's a temper tantrum. It's grown-ass adults throwing temper tantrums on the internet. Me either, Mo. I agree. I don't think I've ever been that angry in my entire life. Never mind at strangers.
Mm-mm.
It is some crazy shit. It is some craziness. So, has anybody seen, like, more recent, anything else about what Lana, should I look? I could look while we're all here and see, has Lana made any other statements about her representation of Natasha Cooper and what that actually means? Like, what their goal is? Let's see.
Did you watch that Xylee channel last night?
Okay, so as far as Xylee is concerned, I caught the tail end of it, but I subbed because I'm very interested. I subbed to 2 new channels last night, guys, that I think are kind of fun to watch and get a little gossipy gossip. Xylee and the Housewife channel. What's it called? Just a regular, not a regular housewife, or not an ordinary housewife or something? Not another housewife.
Not another.
She's pretty clever too. She's got a good take, and as far as, like, saying a lot in a short amount of time, which I like, she seems to be able to do that. But they
was hilarious last night.
Yeah, people say she's really, really funny.
Yes.
Oh, good thing you brought that up, Mo. I want to comment on that. So another thing, right? So we all watched in real time, or at least I watched it in real time. NC and her daughter, which this is, yes, very generous, but I think there's always a method to the madness, but very generous, offered another creator that goes by the name of Country Joe money to get her teeth taken care of prior to her wedding. And during this live stream, she said, consider it a wedding gift, right? It's a wedding gift from me and so-and-so. I'm not even going to say her daughter's name because I'm not going there, and I know she's an adult, but whatever, I'm not mentioning it. This is a wedding gift and it's yours, and that's it. And I think Country Joe was very touched by that. I believe that was authentic, that she was shocked and touched. Now, apparently, and what people seem to be making a big deal about, which I don't know why, because I've seen that this even in the United States, there are companies that send you an impression kit. Now, we're talking about dentures, people. We're not talking about veneers or implants. Like, these are dentures. They send you an at-home impression kit. You do the impression, you send it back, they make the denture for you. That is a real thing. Whether you're in Scotland, the UK, the United States, Canada, it does exist. So I'm not sure if that's just so foreign to some people because they're just used to what goes on in the dentist office, like as in like veneers and implants and caps and bridges. But you can get dentures this way. And that's what Country Joe, I guess, was planning on doing. So she ordered them. She showed proof that she ordered them. I think during this, and at this point, everything was falling apart. People were breaking up. People were separating. People were unaligning. So another creator said that Country Joe used that money to go on plan a holiday or a vacation, a trip, whatever, which forced Country Joe to then show proof that she ordered his teeth. But she was getting so much shit from NC's community, and I'm going to call it community. So much shit from these people that were just real. I mean, I couldn't ever accept that, because you know why? If somebody offered me, I don't care, $500, $1,000, $20,000, $1 million. Well, I might take $1 million. to give somebody that much power and control over you, because just know the moment you fuck up, the moment you do one thing, maybe intentionally or unintentionally wrong, it's going to be held over your head. So that's another thing. But these people tormented this woman so much that she felt compelled to give the money back. But here's the thing. She bought the teeth. She paid for them. So she had to come up with that money. And I think a sub helped her, and she's going to pay that sub back. But she gave the money back to NC. I'm not sure if NC, the last I saw was that she was either refusing to accept it or sent it back to her again or something like that. But
she was crying. She was in tears.
Who was?
NC.
And in tears because she gave the money back?
Yeah, she said CJ just basically kicked her and her daughter in the gut or something, because they wanted to do this and she's refusing it, or it was a big scene, of course.
But why then you know what NC should have done? She should have said, listen to all my cult members, because that's what they call each other. Listen, my people, listen, my fans, listen, my sycophants. Stop harassing this poor woman about the money. I did it because I wanted to do it, and it's actually, you're hurting me by putting her in a position to give it back. That's what she should have done then, because they listened to her with bated breath. She should have done that, and then maybe it would have all stopped. But you know what? I don't blame CJ for doing that. And let me tell you something. This is another thing, and now I'm getting a little feisty. And I thought of it because Criminal Mind just said, I'm sure NC is getting plenty of PayPals and what's not since her channels died. Since her channels died, she has had some pretty big, and when I say big, I mean big for this community, 1,000+ sub people, creators, tickering her money apps, right? Cash App, PayPal, Venmos across their screens. They have sometimes they have all Natasha subs in their chats because Natasha comes on the channel. So she'll have 600, 700, 800 people in a chat, whichever creator this may be. And rather than putting their own Cash App, Venmo, PayPals, which is certainly what I would do, instead, they're streaming Natasha's and making more money for her. And let me tell you, those loyal subs that have been giving Natasha money for the last year, they don't need her stuff tickered across the street. They have it in their phones. They can send her money just like they always were. So the thought of her losing any income, maybe the memberships, because I think they were temporarily suspended according to her, but she says they're back up again. So she's getting that. She made that comment that the memberships are activated again, and that that means the channels are coming back. Oh, and then she said, if you're going to pay me back the right amount. What? She didn't get the right amount back? I'm confused. She got too little, too much? Yeah, and I think she probably is getting more than usual because people think she's hurting. People think she's suffering. You guys, let's do some math. All right, really quick. She originally said that on her true crime channel, and I know I'm turning this into an NC thing. It's the last thing I'm going to say about it, but obviously we can keep talking about it, but you know what I mean.
Wait, before you move on.
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Of course. Yes. I'm just rambling. Yes.
So the thing with that is Country Joe, the whole reason that there was anger is because Country Joe went onto Granny's Watching panel to try to make peace. Now, she did not say a bad word about Natasha at all on this panel. She didn't talk bad about her. She didn't agree with anything bad about her. So there was really no reason for a breakdown between CJ and NC because there was nothing done. It's just the community then comes in and puts a spin on it and creates a problem between them. And then you have the money problem pop up.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's the thing. It's the subs that create stuff that's not actually there. You hit the nail on the head. Country Joe said nothing negative. Their relationship should not have come apart. If that relationship was so important to Natasha that she was in tears, she should not have let what some people in chats. These people are there to intentionally troll and to stir up shit. That's what they do for fun, right? So why not actually speak to the person? She didn't. She never said. She even said, I'm not going to speak. She even said, I think it was on Gen X's panel, that when Natasha came up, she said, I'm going to get down now. Like, she made a comment like that because that stuck out to me. So, go figure. I mean, I think it is. Some people really, really enjoy that chaos. Now, I wanted to say something. Now, let's say, okay, on Natasha's True Crime channel that she has memberships, and I'm pretty sure the memberships, correct me if I'm wrong, is there different levels where you could pay $2, $10, $25? Because I know she has the Royal membership, which is like $25 a month. Okay, let's just do it at the minimum. Let's say $2.99 a month. She originally said she had 2,000 members on a 30,000 sub channel. Okay, 2,000 members at $2.99 a month. Okay, that's $6,000 a month. Okay, now remember, YouTube, let's just say YouTube takes half, which they don't. They take 40%, but I don't know how to do the math. So half would be $3,000. So she still has a steady stream of $3,000 coming in every month. That's more than some people make in a month going to a 9 to 5. Okay, that would be like, and it's, I don't know if it's taxed. I think it's not taxed. I think you have to claim it on your W-9 or whatever. But so it's $3,000 a month clean. That's if they're only paying the $2.99 a month. Now there are some that pay $25 a month. So just, she's not indigent. She's not broke. She has income coming in on a channel she's not even going on because she said she's afraid it will get struck. Okay, fine, but stop. Like, you don't need all these other creators. Like, that probably bothers me more, that all these other creators that could be making money, putting out their own content to their, formidable platforms, whether it's a 1,500 subs. I mean, I think Country Joe almost has 6,000 subs. Like, and she was even putting out Natasha's stuff. Like, no, put your own stuff out. Talk about what you want to talk about, make your little songs, do whatever, and make money for yourself, like with content, not trying to raise money for somebody else. I just don't get that.
Well, and those makeup sales, like, I'm not sure how much of a discount she gets that stuff at, but I was watching a little bit yesterday.
Me too.
And there was some hair product that she sold for $150.
Yes, it was the Soleil thermal brush, and it really does retail for $350, and it is sold out. I looked it up. Yeah, she sold it for $150. They fall off the back of a truck. I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of. I don't know.
But she started Patreon, which it was kind of funny listening to that because everybody was telling her she could start it at the $1 level because they wanted.
Oh yeah, she said no, $5.
Everybody to have access.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm starting at the $5 level, and people kept, Kelly the idiot kept trying to get her to start it lower, and she was not. She's like, nope, I'm starting it at $5.
Well, because she thinks that it will keep the trolls away. But let me tell you, those true haters of Natasha, the people that are really out to destroy her, they'll pay anything to get access, and I don't doubt that for a second. And I'm not down for that. Like, listen, do whatever. Just don't manipulate. I just don't like the manipulation. I don't like I guess everybody's sad. Not everybody's sad fishes. The sad fishing to a certain extreme. I mean, people do it. I've seen in that particular group, they've all done it at some point. Granny's Watching has done it plenty, and C's done it plenty. Those two seem to be the biggest.
I was in a creator's Patreon that was a $15 level to get into Discord, and I liked the creator and actually joined because I liked her, but there was trolls. People paid $15 just to get into that Discord, and
I'm sure. Yeah, I have a Patreon memberships too. Something unrelated to YouTube, because I really enjoyed the artist. What they, one of them was a writer, another one was like kind of like a sketch artist thing. Whatever. I enjoyed it because you would get early access to seeing whatever. Like if they were writing a book, if they were doing like a series, you would get access to the next book. Like even if it's just the first chapter before everybody else, like things like that. So I'll pay for that. But in that environment, there didn't seem to be really trolls or anything like that. But these people will do, if their whole, think about it. I'm kind of segueing for a second. If somebody creates a channel on YouTube and that channel's sole purpose is to take down another channel or expose, let's use the word expose another creator, they need to get access to things like this in order to continue to put content out. So I don't think there's any way you can stop them. I think that they'll. And
I don't know. I've heard that Twitch is more strict than YouTube, so I'm curious.
I think Dutch is familiar. I think Dutch is familiar with Twitch, so she might be able to tell us. Yeah, Pam, artists and writers, especially since art has gone so digital, and my mom was an artist, like I think it's important to still bring attention to that. Totally off topic, but I just saw your comment because it's really hard. It's a hard life. You really gotta, not everybody's a Banksy. So I think Dutch is familiar with Twitch. I did download it. This was a long time ago. Nothing to do with this, just out of curiosity. And I was very confused by it. I couldn't navigate it. I didn't understand what I was looking at, to be quite honest. I think I did it originally for like makeup stuff because somebody said it was a good platform if you wanted to start like discussing like, because originally that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk about beauty products and review them and things like that. But after I wasn't able to dabble and play and buy like I used to pre-CJ. So I think that's why I went in there.
To navigate.
It is hard to navigate. So like I couldn't figure out, like, is somebody live streaming? Is this pre-recorded? Like, how do you engage? Like where's the, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It wasn't for me. I mean, she's on TikTok too, guys, and she's already, I think, at her 1,000. She can go live there. I can't even get past my measly old 650. I've been stuck there for months. But I don't
know that 3.0 channel got over 1,000 subs in like,
I know, less than 24 hours.
8 hours.
Well, yeah, she has a loyal following. There's a loyal following. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is it's like, oh God, I'm going to say the word assembling an army. It's kind of like the Sophie's Army stuff. Like these people were hardcore for anybody that spoke out against Michael, right? We saw that happen and we watched that happen. It's the same dynamic. It's like these people are so in love with Natasha Cooper. Like they just support her and love her and think she does no wrong and that she is, so perfect in every way that they cannot help but go around the internet just bashing anybody that speaks out against her. I don't want to be in that environment. I want to be able to discuss things that I don't agree with. And then and then we discuss it and we talk about it, right? That's what I like.
She also has a lot of turnover though. She does. There's very few that have been there for a long period of time. Yes. I noticed. I've watched her for probably 8 months. And I mean, the people that she pulls up on panel, like she goes through them.
Yeah. The only thing I'm going to say
came from Gabby Petito.
Yes, Gabby Petito, absolutely. They were there for that coverage. And the people that weren't there that are new don't understand, like, for example, what went down with her and Mandy. So when she brought Mandy back and gave Mandy a platform, and Mandy had already had a big channel, I just don't think she was using it. They didn't know the history, right? They didn't know what went down and why they fell apart. So these are the same people that are attacking and coming for and aggressively for all these people on YouTube, but because of what they're saying about NC, not knowing that Mandy and NC and Lana and NC had a very Dorothy and NC, they all were enemies at one point, right? So they were all going against each other at one point, and now they team up and people don't know that history and they're attacking people that are doing the same thing that these people once did. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's crazy, but I really would like to see, we'll keep our eye out to see what how she's going to, so when Lana takes on a case in Fight for Family, right? She usually live streams about that case. She presents all the facts. She then discusses why, good girl, CJ. She then discusses why that person was either wrongly convicted or what their families, you okay, honey? You slipped, what their families are going through and why they need support from her organization. So I am very curious to see how she's going to present this. I really want to show you guys my
Natasha's sending over all of her digital evidence to Lana, so that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. She give Lana access to all your stuff and see what happens when her worm turns. She'll get drunk and blast that stuff. Oh, that's what you were talking about before that I wanted to touch on. Totally. Again, I know I'm like flight of ideas right now, but the streaming from strip clubs. I don't know what this bothers me so freaking much. I think that strippers go to work, right? Dancers, exotic dancers go into work because they're going to get on a stage, they're going to entertain, and they're going to make money. And when you're streaming them on the internet, you are taking money out of their pocket because these then people are viewing it, whether you're viewing it because you want to see dancers or you're viewing it because you want to see Lana. It doesn't matter. It's taking money out of their pockets because they rely on that in-person interaction to make money, right? So it's just, and plus I think it's illegal. I don't think you're allowed to go into strip clubs and stream it. I think that's literally illegal. But
yeah,
again, why her channel hasn't been struck for that is beyond me.
Yeah, see, that's why the thing with NC, it has to be something major because there are people that have done pretty
Yes.
horrific things that are still
I
going.
don't believe those channels are down for 1 second as a result of mass reporting. Because let me tell you something. There's plenty of other channels that have done some fucking terrible stuff that have been reported over and over again and nothing happens. I believe it is a true TOS violation. She broke terms of service. And it is enough that simultaneously 2 channels came down. It wasn't something specific on one channel, right? It wasn't like she got nicked for she saying nudity. Now, then again, I'm going to stand by this. Whether you love or hate Lycan, that is not what this is about. You cannot get up on a panel with 3 other women, share some pornographic materials that you received, which has been defined as revenge porn by him, whether, okay, it is what it is, where they're all giggling and ooh-oohing and being silly, talking about it, and then incite your chat to the point where you're saying you're going to show something, which she did. It was edited, but she did show it for super chats. That right then and there is enough to lose a channel. Never mind all the other stuff. Hey, Chickie.
Yeah.
Am I like not? Am I the only one that thinks this? Like, I don't care. It could be like the most vile person on the internet. You cannot do that. You cannot, and then put a picture up of him in a compromising position and take a sticker to cover the indecent parts. Like, it doesn't work. That's not. You can't do that.
I just don't understand why her true crime wasn't taken down too, though. If it was.
Well, I thought about this. If she's telling the truth, where is it, CJ? If she's telling the truth and that it's not it's not a permanent ban, right? It's a suspension or however you want to term it. My thought is that maybe it was directly related to the content on those 2 channels, like either the makeup sales or whatever. Or the other thing could be that the true crime channel, but this is weird because it would affect her money is in somebody else's name. But I think if your channel is in somebody else's name, your AdSense and your super chats and stuff cannot be in a different name. So she wouldn't, I don't think she'd trust anybody. Like that would be like me saying, okay, Hope, my channel's in your name. You're gonna Venmo me every month my super chats and my AdSense and stuff. Like I just don't believe that unless it's in Hannah's name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Chicky. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I believe it or not just yet. I don't put it past her, but I don't know.
The texting thing is definitely a fake.
The what? Oh, the texting thing for sure. Yes. Her getting up there and saying, yeah, she did it yesterday. How did they get my new number? Saying that, calling me Banabate or texting me. And then again, people are then buying the makeup.
You notice nobody comments whenever she does that. I think people are catching on to that. Like,
I agree.
Tia didn't say a word whenever that happened.
Yep, I agree.
Because and I don't know how you don't see it. It's so obvious. Because she'll be sitting there talking about her money, and then all of a sudden, I wish this guy would quit texting me. I know my supporters aren't donating. It's like, come on, people. Keemstar was under a company name.
Huh. Well, Keemstar is very different. I know what that's in reference to because I follow those channels. But yes, that was a way to avoid a ban evasion, was to have the channel name in an LLC. And he's an employee of that company streaming on that channel. So it's his company or his mother's or something. So, okay, honey, hold on. So I think that's how he gets away with that. But NC's not that she's not that clever. I don't put it past her, but she's not at that caliber yet. So it could just be a channel in her daughter's name or Dalton's name or something like that. Like, I don't think it's as complicated as that. Yes. She was. That didn't last. She fell asleep in the car. And then we brought her in. She laid down. And then she was laying down nicely. But we're back with that tea set again. Chicky said something, though, about the bots. NC, or somebody else, not NC. Another creator saying that NC purchases these bots, these porn bots. You've all seen them where they come in the chat and it's like hot girls, XXX, blah, blah, blah. And then they just, or you've seen the other bots where it's just like weird letters and periods and stuff. So she's being accused of purchasing these bots, sending them into other chats to get the streams shut down. Is that a thing? Like, is anybody familiar with, can you do that? Does that exist? I mean, I know you can buy subs and all that, but can you buy?
I question that because of who it came from.
Exactly. Me too. So the source is questionable.
Yeah. Now, I will say, I don't know anybody that gets teen bombed more than NC does.
Oh, the peen bombs?
Yeah.
The peen bombs. Well, it happens so much that on her panel, but she knows there's a way to screen who these people are before she lets them in. Put the overlay up, do whatever. There's a way to avoid that for sure. But also in the chat, like these like really pornographic avatars, she gets a lot of that too, where they may not be necessarily saying anything, but the avatar itself is really, mature, so to speak. Wait. Say this again, Mom. Wait, who signs an NDA that they have to start controversy? Is this a certain group on like a certain collaboration amongst creators, or is it something TikTok does? It has to be, you mean like a collaboration? Same as buying subs. Yeah, because I know you can buy bots, like subs that actually view. So they'll run your stream or whatever so that you get your viewers go up. I mean, that's basically, thank you, CJ. Thank you for my cup of tea. That's like what happens on reality TV, right? So we know that reality TV, and I'm sorry if I'm bursting anybody's bubble, is incredibly scripted. My cousin was a cameraman for Teen Mom, the original. And it is, what's that?
I said, no, you don't say. Don't tell me it's all a lie.
Yeah, so it's it's very scripted. It's all very, I mean, I think most people know that now. Thank you. Cheers. Yep, yummy tea. It's very, very scripted. And when something's not happening, the producers or directors or whatever will say, like, okay, why don't I want you to go say this to so-and-so. And then they kind of ad-lib after that, but it's usually based on fake events. Yeah, NDAs are not always enforceable. Well, they're not enforceable, too, if there's some sort of criminal activity going on behind it. Like, you can't have, like, for example, kind of talking about, like, the Playboy stuff when all this was coming out, when the new series came out. Like, those people can't sign NDAs and then, be assaulting women, and then they're not allowed to talk about it. Hey, 3-boy mom, I hope you're going to have a beautiful beach vacay.
I love my tea, Mommy.
Yes, the tea. So I was telling Hope about this, guys. This is just a sidebar. CJ got this tea set last year for her birthday or something. I don't know what it was. But why would they make a children's tea set?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yep. It's coming. Porcelain. It's like a kid's tea set, but it's porcelain. Like, that is so not practical. Like, how is a little kid supposed to play with this? Like, I'm sure by the end of the weekend, something's going to be broken.
No.
No, you won't break
No.
it?
No.
Put it on my butt. Put it on my butt.
We have some birthdays coming up. We should do a birthday stream. Well, I won't be able to do it on your actual birthday.
Mommy.
Finding Hope's birthday is coming. She probably doesn't want me to say that, but it is.
Just another day. Yeah, and you know, there was a lot of talk about this scripted drama, and I know that there's a creator that talks a lot about understanding the fact that there has to be conflict for their channels to keep going, and I do think that she
Absolutely.
contributes. I don't think there's a scripted out plan between them. But there are definitely some that realize they need that conflict and will start it.
Well, that's the key. I think, like, of course, within the drama community, if you're going to be under this, because I think there's a little bit of a difference between the drama community and like the tea community, because the tea community or the commentary community will do their best. Like, I feel like BX is kind of like that, where he takes info from all different channels, he shows it and says, hey, this is what's going on. What are your thoughts? Right. So a lot of the tea channels do that as well. Whereas the drama community, they directly target one another, and it's based on personal experience. It's not, looking from the outside in, it's from being on the inside. So I don't think it's scripted, just like you said. I don't think I don't think they're all on a group call coming up with a plan, but I do think when things settle down, that one will say, you know what, I'm going to rehash this or bring this back up so we can get some dialogue going again.
Did you hear CJ say that this creator had come to her and said we should pretend to get into a fight?
Yes, I heard her say that.
To get,
I heard her say that.
To get super chat.
Yep. I heard her say we should have some sort of conflict. Oops.
Yeah, and it was over getting super chats.
Yeah. So I mean, I've often wondered, when there is some crazy stuff going down on the tubes, if it is organized between two people. I'm not talking about like a whole big mass community thing. I have wondered, like, have these two been like in the background talking about this, saying like, hey, I'm gonna post this picture of you, or I'm gonna share a DM or share a screenshot or something, and then that has crossed my mind. I will admit that has definitely crossed my mind. But then when you see it going so far that it's actually hurting people's private lives, then I'm like, okay, now it can't. Oh, 3-boy mom, you weren't here earlier. What I was saying was, which I find very interesting, the amount of chaos that can ensue in a 2-hour period on YouTube is more than some people experience in a lifetime. I'm talking about friendships being made, friendships ending, relationships, business relation, whatever. It starts and ends in a shorter, like in a 2-hour window. And the lack of sleep. Yeah, it gets crazy. I mean, I am going to admit, I will be the first to admit that there are times I've caught myself like staying awake because I want to see what happens, or I'm anxious for something that's happening on YouTube. So I'm like, oh my God, like I keep going back and looking and seeing. And then I do say to myself, this is absolutely insane. Put your phone away. Like you need to check out for a minute.
There's one creator that I swear streamed more hours than she slept. Like, I think she streamed
for sure
a total of like 18 hours, broken up into smaller portions, but good grief.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's definitely, I mean, I feel awkward. Like I've gone live, the few times I've gone live here, and there's times where I was like, it's been longer than I realized. Like it can go quick. Like you're like right now, we've been live for an hour and 25 minutes. It doesn't feel like that for me because I'm the one talking. But maybe for the viewer, it feels that way. But there's times where I've been like, wow, I spent way too much time on that live stream. You won. So I can see where the time can get away from you, but we're talking about 10, 12, 14, 16, 18-hour live streams broken up. Like you can only, I'm not sure. I think if you have the paid StreamYard, there's not a limit for how long you stream, but the free StreamYard, you can only do 6 hours.
And there was an interesting comment made too that, now that NC is not on YouTube and all of her followers are kind of looking for a place.
Yeah.
So creators are streaming a whole lot more because they're trying to pull these followers over.
Absolutely. Because it's like, yes, all of those viewers, these men and women that wait for NC to go live multiple times a day or on different channels. I'm here, baby. Those people have time now they have to find, they're looking for something to do, right? So, yep.
So why not go live 5,000 times?
You're right. And I think some of these people that are friendly with NC are hoping that she'll come up on their panel because then they're going to get all those viewers there. So. And I mean, I don't fault them for that, but if you're gonna, I don't know. I mean, we're here, I'm up here now, and me and you are up here, and people that are in chat, and we're kibitzing, we're talking, we're gossiping, we're discussing what went on the last 48 hours, 72 hours, if you've been following this nonsense. I think there's a big difference between doing that and inserting yourself and calling people out. And like, if I got up here and said, oh, I'm going to show my private chat about this, with somebody, like, I feel like there's a difference there. Maybe it's a fine line, but there is a difference. Or maybe I'm just being a big old hypocrite. I don't know. But that's how I see it.
No, I think you're totally right. It's not like we're coming in here giving specifics on why somebody's wrong.
We're the commentators.
Mommy.
All right, so I got all my groceries for Easter dinner. Did you get yours, Hope?
Mommy, no.
Sure. I don't cook Easter dinner, sorry.
Are you cooking tomorrow? Are you guys doing anything, or you're staying home? What do you do?
No, we're not doing anything. My kids are going to their dad's side of the family today to do Easter.
Oh, okay, nice.
My family, we had a death in the family last week, so my family is kind of all over the place right now.
So you're going to stay home?
Yes, there's a visitation and the funeral are Monday and Tuesday. So
okay, I was just going to ask about that. When is that taking place? So that's Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, we're just going to be home too.
If anybody's listening, if you pray, my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, passed away last week. He had Lou Gehrig's disease and was on hospice, and of course we were expecting it, but not as soon as it happened. So he was 47 and they have 3 kids and they're having a rough time. So if you say prayers, would you keep them in your prayers?
Yes, please do. Especially during this time. I know that it's not, listen, it's still like a holiday season where usually families get together. It's the start of spring. I mean, no matter when it happens, it's a super hard time for families. But I feel like when there's this like certain time of year where there's like an annual event or something going on, it's always there even more. Like you just think about it every year, which I think you understand what I'm trying to say. It's hard, and these poor little kids, and it's just so much. So let's make sure we do pray for finding hope in her family and those kids, and or so whatever. If you don't pray, send stuff into the universe. Send good thoughts and healing vibes to the family.
It'll be hard. His birthday was last Saturday, so now every year.
Yeah. Yes.
When his
there's like
around, it's gonna be hard.
Well, Joe's going to cook tomorrow. He just got back. I cannot believe he said that ShopRite, that's like our grocery store, was a madhouse. But somehow he managed to get in and out of there with everything we needed so quickly. And CJ, if that was me, I would have been there for 6 hours. I don't understand how he does it.
My husband's the same.
Oh, he's such a good shopper. Like, I just don't understand it. I mean, yes, it's wild. And he got me, okay, this doesn't fit in the toaster, so we have to use that one. Get a different piece. He got me beautiful hyacinth because I've had no luck with my hyacinth this year, but I have bought it. You have to take the paper off, and that was pre-cut, but it still had like the bulb at the bottom, so I thought like if I put them in water, they would do pretty well. And they did not. They started drooping almost, within a couple days here. So he was able to find some in potted ones that haven't bloomed yet. So I'm super excited about that because I just love the way they smell. And he got me 3 bouquets of fresh cut flowers. So I'll have all these flowers for tomorrow. She doesn't want me to help her. She's toasting something, obviously. It's not done today. It'll pop up. She puts, she likes to have toast, this like really yummy, I know I'm always talking about Trader Joe's, but if you have a Trader Joe's, they have this sliced French brioche bread. It's buttery, moist, and perfectly French. That's what it says on it. It's just really good bread and sliced. Carolyn, stop. Move it like that. It'll pop up when it's done. And it's very hot. And it's so good toasted. You could just toast it and put a little butter and it's delicious, but she likes it toasted and then we put cream cheese on it. It's really yummy. Oh, good, Chicky. I'll try it. I mean, you mean put it in the water? Because they're not, well, my droopy ones, I think I've seen the end. I might get another day out of them. But the potted ones haven't bloomed yet. So I'll try crushing it. So. I'm sorry, go ahead. I'll mute. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
I was just saying, I've heard about putting aspirin in the which I think like some places have packets of something with the flowers that you can put in them.
Yeah, I always do. That little powder stuff, I do put that in the water. I thought it was just plain food. Like my tulips are holding up pretty well. They're purple and they're so pretty. Carolyn. Yeah.
And I've always heard that you have to put them in warm water, and if you trim the end of the stem at a diagonal.
Yes.
At an
I have done. My mom told me that. I remember. Cut them at a diagonal, warm water. But I'll try the aspirin in the plants. I want to show you guys. I mean, I'll do it another time. But I got. I don't know the type of flower, but they're very tiny little buds, right? And when they bloom, it's like they're purple and white. I think one of them is like, it's not baby's breath, but they're small like that. And I had them in a little little vase that was made from a teapot, like in my kitchen window. And over time, like over the course of a week, I was like, wow, these are holding up really well. And I had only like changed the water maybe once. And I was like, sheesh. And then I realized they started to dry, but they dried out so perfectly. Like I bought dry flowers from Trader Joe's the other day that were already dried and they were pretty, but these like dried out on their own. And they just look so good. I'm not sure how I did it, or if it's just something that these plants or flowers naturally do, but they've become like my new fave. So I transferred them to a different vase. Stop, Carolyn. That's gross. And then here, go sit down, watch Spirit. They look really cool, so I definitely want to show them to you one day. But Joe got just some cut wildflowers, like 3 bouquets of it, so I'm going to put those in an arrangement for tomorrow. Oh, okay. Did you
Katie, do you have a suggestion for keeping fungus off of rose bushes? Anybody?
Yes, if you have any plant advice, share it, please, or flower advice. I'm not really good with plants, flowers. Actually, I have a question about once Hope gets her question answered. Brioche is my favorite too, Three Boy Mom. Of all breads, I got this brioche French toast, which I think we'll make in the morning for breakfast. It's frozen, of course, it's Trader Joe's, but it looks really, really good. So I'm excited to make that in the morning for the kids. And I just love brioche, like brioche buns with like a burger. I know.
Never heard of.
But I think it's because, well, first of all, you know, I live in an area where it's like super overpopulated, right? So there's like demand for like all these grocery stores and stuff like that. So there's always competition to get like new things in the area. Plus I'm close to Manhattan, so I think you end up with some of that because a lot of people have transplanted here. No, this kid just wants to eat the cream cheese out of the tub. You know, there is definitely a difference between regular, like lots of cream cheese and the whipped cream cheese. Do you agree? Because let me tell you, the Philadelphia whipped is a game changer. It's so good. So she wants to eat it just off the spoon. I forget the bird nap that I just posted. So
I actually like the regular best.
You do? Blasphemy. Yes. Oh, Chicky said she's going to ask her mom. She said they have beautiful roses. You know, I really like the knockout roses. They're the little ones, right? That kind of grow. Somebody had gotten me like a plant it was knockout roses, and they were in like a bucket, right? Like with the soil and everything. And those were they literally, I had to do nothing to them. Like that's the kind of outdoor plants I need, the ones that need the littlest maintenance. Because we've tried like tomatoes and stuff like that, and I can't keep anything alive. Oh, you're getting fungus.
You know, the front of my house, you've seen a picture. Like I've got rose bushes all around the front and side of my house, and they're knockouts and they're beautiful. But the past 3 years, they've gotten that black fungus on them. And
where's the fungus? Like on the petals?
It's on the leaves, and it starts at the base of it. Like, I think the problem is we had mulch, and the moisture was staying in the mulch, and so the mulch was getting actually mold on it. So we now have rocks out there instead of mulch.
Interesting. I never thought about that. Is that because of the drainage, like the irrigation, that the water collects in the mulch and then it causes mold? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I think so, because we have to have that landscape fabric to keep the weeds out. And then the mulch is on top of that, so when it rains, it just sits.
See, that's so much work. Like, I have these hydrangea bushes out front that my sister-in-law planted for me, like last spring, I guess, or whenever the time of year is you're supposed to plant them. She's like really good at that stuff. And right now, they don't look, I feel like they should have bloomed. Here, CJ, I'm going to give you this one and you can eat the whole thing. Hold on. They just look
too early.
You do? Yeah. Because I feel like, how could I have screwed these up? She said the only thing I need to do is water them, and we've had so much rain that like I wasn't going out and watering them like on top of the rain we already were getting. So here.
My hydrangeas haven't bloomed yet.
Oh, okay, good. So that makes me feel better because I have hydrangeas like that I got that were in like a pretty pot at the store, and they're like in my kitchen in a pot. So I was like, oh God, should mine have bloomed already? But those probably are in a controlled environment.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess, I just really felt compelled when I woke up this morning and saw that Truth and Transparency posted that Fight for a Family is taking on Natasha Cooper as a client. I got this urge to go live and talk about it. And I just want to know what people's thoughts were, because I mean, it's just so bizarre, right? Like, that's how I feel. It's just so bizarre. Oops, I changed us.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on it for sure.
Yeah, definitely going to keep an eye on it because, again, I don't think NC is like a wrongly convicted person suffering the injustice of the justice system. I mean, she lost her channels on YouTube for violating TOS. It's that simple. It's just weird to me that
Yeah.
It's just weird to me that Lana would take that on, especially, and it's weird to me that NC would trust her with something like that after what they've been through together. The days of our lives. What's that saying? Like the sands in an hourglass. I don't remember the rest. These are the days of our lives.
Yep.
So we're just going to have to wait and see, I guess, what happens and what shenanigans unfold over the weekend. And what else these stinkers get up to, and what other relationships form and what other relationships fall apart, because that seems to be what's happening.
Yeah, and they don't take a break for holidays, that's for sure.
They do not take a break. There is no what do they call ceasefire? There's no ceasefire during the holidays with this group, that's for sure. We've seen that. So we shall see. Well, I guess that's it. Just wanted to come on and kibitz, and we did that. So I guess I need to clean my house now. I don't want to do that, but I got to.
I gotta do some crafting.
What are you going to craft? Will you tell us?
Well, it's hard to explain. I was gonna make some tumblers. I know that. Glitter tumblers.
Ooh.
And then I make these little jars. You've seen them before, I think. I put
Probably
like the vase filler in it, and then a LED light and a vinyl on the outside. And it makes a night light.
Oh, cool. You should show all of your one day, like all the crafts that you have and stuff and what you're selling. And because I don't know if you're still doing your Etsy, but if you are, you should promote that.
True.
Because you have really beautiful stuff, guys. She has beautiful clothes, like for kids. CJ was wearing a dress the day before yesterday that Finding Hope had done, and also like her and her cousin's holiday outfits. She does really, really, really beautiful stuff, and you guys should check it out.
Thank you.
Because it's top notch, I say, top notch, and it's really pretty and really cute. She got this one shirt that it's like Chaos Creator, right? It's just so cute. I think she's gonna wear that later. She has a Yoda shirt on now, but I might put that shirt on her later. And then maybe next weekend, if Hope is okay with it, because I won't be able to do it on Wednesday, we'll do like a little happy birthday to you. If anybody's interested, I would like to do that for you. Hold on one second. I want to check something really quick. Only if you're down. Only if you're down for it. Wait a second. This is saying...
Okay. I don't like being celebrated. It's awkward.
I know. She does have many talents, Chicky. Yeah, there's no break during holidays. Yes, we should celebrate Hope. She's such a good person, and I want her to know that she is. And I want her to know that everybody sees that she is. Oh, Save Robbie's live. Meh. Who else? What else we got? What else we got going on? Where's everybody off? I need to clean. Yeah, and it starts. It's the start of the morning. Yeah, Shift Happens is live too, and I would suggest anybody that wants to she takes some getting used to. It can seem confusing, but when you start to put the pieces together, she does have an important story to tell. Like at first I found her annoying, I'll be quite honest. But once I started listening and like kind of heard how upset she was and why she was so upset, and then she does have an important story to tell. And what was done to her was so cruel and it was so blatantly irresponsible, because even if what Lana was accusing of her was true, it was dangerous then like exposing Shift like that was dangerous. So however you look at it, it should have never been done. So she does have an important message. But all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. You guys haven't what? Say it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go back and watch Xylee Gets Real.
Yeah, I watched from last night.
She does an AP breakdown. And it's hilarious.
Okay, I'll definitely watch that too, because I only caught the end of it, and I do want to see that. You guys have an awesome Saturday. Thank you for coming and kibitzing in the kitchen, and we will catch up soon. Happy holiday, Easter, Passover, whatever you're celebrating. Enjoy your family and friends. Okay, bye. Bye, Hope.
Bye.